I think there has been a need for a visitor attraction of this scale and capacity in this area, and I think that's been demonstrated by the numbers of people that we are getting through the door. So we opened 21st of January, and here we are nearly coming up to Bonfire Night in the same year, and we've had more than 80,000 visits. That is a phenomenal success by anybody's standards, particularly by RSPB standards. And it puts us in our first year of operation in the top flight of RSPB reserves in terms of visitors. So I think there has been an element of it's in the right place. When you see the landscape here, it's not an immediate, it doesn't immediately spring to mind this would make a great visitor attraction in the middle of a lot of heavy industry. But it does demonstrate that, you know, people who live locally, people who live within the county or in the northeast region have wanted to see a facility like this and are coming in their droves. But also we're getting a lot of people from outside of the county, and nearly 20% of all those visitors are actually from outside the northeast region.
It's the RSPB's flagship project, the most recent one, and it has had about £7 million spent on it, over £7 million I think. And it is obviously a wildlife reserve, but it's somewhere that we've worked really hard to make it not just about wildlife, it's about people as much as the wildlife. So we've got things like the wildlife garden outside, we've got an adventure play area. Our cafe has just changed to local producers, so that's fantastic. I mean, it means the food is fresher and it's good for the local economy. We're doing as much as we can to put money into the local economy. It's just a huge number of the visitors that we get here come just because they're so proud that Saltholme has opened on their doorstep, I think.
I do feel strongly that with a new enterprise, the first impression is important. You have to be strong at the front line. You have to show that what you've got is worth having, that there's a benefit to being here, a benefit to joining, a benefit to spending the money in the shop here, of course. So yes, I think it's important to give a great first impression.
It's not just about knowledge, it's about the person and whether they can interact with people, and if it is a kind of attraction like ours, that is absolutely key to the role. You need to be somebody who can approach people, talk to people, and you can't be somebody who just sits behind a desk and that's all you do. You've got to be up talking to people, welcome them into the centre.
We celebrate our success. We don't like to come second in stuff. We're all kind of we all totally believe in what the RSPB does as well. I think when you're working for such a fantastic cause, that's where the passion comes from. We all completely believe in what the RSPB does, the work for conservation, and because of that we really want to do well. Because we're new, we want to do well. And because we're being successful, we want to be even more successful.
Talk to the people that can give you some objective advice about how viable your business is. And in this locality, Visit Tees Valley would be an obvious choice. The Regional Development Agency would have some wider, more strategic view of visits within the region. It depends obviously on what scale your visitor attraction is wanting to be. I think plan very carefully your opening event and make sure that when you hit the ground you're running and you're growing, because it is, you know, this sort of slump after you've opened is death to businesses. And I would just ensure that, you know, you get the right people in post. You get the people with the sort of interpersonal skills you really need, who are interested in people and working with people, and show that in nearly everything they do. That's absolutely critical. And then finally, I think we've been able, and I'd recommend anybody to think about how they can work the media, the press, the radio, the television, all out there desperate for great stories. I mean, we've had some fantastic support from BBC Tees. You know, we've even had a radio programme broadcast from here, and that was just, you know, it was a great day. I enjoyed it enormously. So did everybody else. So, you know, get some help, get some, you know, get your planning head on, and really start to think about who it is that are going to be able to help get your business up and running.